Many people are unaware of the invisible language of cinema, the tools a director uses to tell a story so that it burns its way into the minds of an audience. Punch Drunk Love is one of those films I find myself returning to again and again. Its story, imagery, and soundtrack are so captivating, simple, and delightfully unexpected that each viewing presents new meaning and new insights into the craft of its director, Paul Thomas Anderson. The film tells the story of a lonely business owner named Barry Egan, a man so sensitive that he breaks down in tears without warning and can feel a punch before it's been thrown.
But what exactly is wrong?
I don't know if there is anything wrong because I don't know how other people are. I sometimes cry a lot for no reason.
Steeped in an overwhelming sense of loneliness, Barry struggles to connect with the world around him and withdraws physically and emotionally to avoid the pain of rejection. While this movie might technically be categorized as a romantic comedy, its careful attention to what I'll refer to as the other side of love, or loneliness, elevates it to the top of the genre. So today I want to talk about how Paul Thomas Anderson used the language of cinema to craft a portrait of loneliness that just might be his best work. Let's take a look at Punch Drunk Love. Every great film presents a thoughtful exploration of the human condition. This is the universal qualifier of any great work of art. So we begin by first understanding this critical question. What aspect of the human condition does this story explore? In the case of Punch Drunk Love, Paul Thomas Anderson was exploring loneliness in its many forms. Loneliness derived from an isolated working life, loneliness in your personal life, and even loneliness experienced through the social anxiety that keeps us from connecting with the people around us. Watching and listening to Barry interact with the world around him creates small insights into his character. It's clear that his overbearing sisters have caused significant trauma in his life, which has made it very hard for him to make connections with people.
Gay boy, you get all mad?
What's that?
We used to call you gay boy, remember? You'd be fine, and then we'd call you gay boy, you'd just freak out.
We were calling you gay, and you got so mad you threw the hammer through the sliding glass door. You remember?
I don't remember.
Your sister was telling me a pretty funny story about you. And you guys, when you were kids and you were building a ramp for the dog and you threw a hammer through a window, you threw a hammer straight through a sliding glass door. Is that right?
Threw a hammer. I don't remember doing that.
This human condition is used as the creative generator to filter the story, the camera placement, and even the editing decisions. The film's story always comes directly from the human condition in the form of a dramatic question. Will Barry overcome his loneliness and reconnect with the world around him? Director Paul Thomas Anderson once said, "Punch Drunk Love is the story about a man getting in tune." This dramatic statement gives us the push and pull that creates conflict and gives the film its meaning. The negative beat is Barry can't get in tune with the world around him because he's a pushover. And the positive beat is Barry is in tune with the world around him because he's confident. The first scene opens on a negative beat with Barry alone at work in the early morning. His loneliness is represented here with the simple bits of exposition and ends with him witnessing a violent car accident that serves as a metaphor for his conflict with the world around him. In the next scene, when he meets Lena, we experience a positive beat as there appears to be some hope despite Barry's shy awkwardness. The value of the dramatic beats swing back and forth throughout the story until the dramatic question is ultimately resolved at the end. This constant volley of value and cause creates the dramatic rhythm of the film and helps imbue each frame with a sense of meaning. Like a series of controlled explosions, these bursts of meaning propel the film forward. In Punch Drunk Love, we can see the use of montage to reinforce the meaning of the scenes and the film as a whole. Shots of Barry moving in and out of the darkness of his warehouse reflect the dramatic arc of the story. One moment we see the world as overexposed and overwhelming, and when Barry is more in tune with the world, we see it as perfectly exposed and balanced. Sergei Eisenstein referred to this concept as intellectual montage, and he described it as a way to express abstract ideas by using opposing visual concepts. Looking at the first and last scenes, we can see that Barry starts the film surrounded by shadow and tucked away in the corner of his warehouse, totally disconnected from the world and totally out of tune. But by the end of the film, Barry is surrounded by light, with him and Lena filling the frame as he's in tune with the world. The point is driven home further as he plays his newly repaired harmonium. Director Paul Thomas Anderson uses a competent understanding of cinematic language to give meaning to every frame of Punch Drunk Love. Using a few powerful techniques, a simple boy meets girl story was elevated to one of the greatest movies of his career, and one that audiences will be watching for years to come.